Hey everybody, Ben here from DMC Films and Cinder Block Studios, and I'm back with another acrylic painting quick tip. Now, if you're familiar with my video on Studio Essentials, one thing you may have seen is like, oh, you have a lot of really cool sort of other things you need besides brushes and paint and all the normal stuff. One thing that I didn't really bring up in that video, and mainly because I didn't use it as much then, but I do now, is sandpaper. Now, don't need super rough stuff. This is some 220 grit. Mainly I use this stuff when I'm smoothing out my canvases that I've been gessoing. Anything that I'm building up from scratch that has a real rough surface that needs kind of a little bit more smoothing out, I've got this stuff for. Now, I also recently found another use for that, and particularly with my gesso brush, is it's starting to get old. I've had this one gesso brush for like 8 years now. Really long time. But occasionally, either maybe I forgot to clean it well enough or something, you might get a little bit of stiffness at the end of the bristles, and that's not always ideal. So one thing I found is that you take the brush and the sandpaper and you just rub it a little bit, and it smooths the tips of your bristles out really, really well. Another brush this comes in handy with is my mop brush. Now, my mop brush I don't usually actually clean per se. I don't leave it in my water, especially if I need it to blend paint in between layers, in between different sections on the same painting. I usually just rinse it out really well and then tap it and dry it to the best of my ability. And occasionally that can lead a little bit of stipply tips of the bristles that get hard, and that's the same deal. I just hit it on sandpaper, kind of do the same motions I would with the brush, only on the sand, and then softens the bristles right up and ready to paint again. So I hope you found this little tip useful, and as always, for more tips, tutorials, and other art videos, subscribe to the channel. This has been from DMC Films and Cinder Block Studios. See you guys next time. And what I'm finding here as I'm in here and I'm looking at everything, I've got texture I'm building up, especially in the rocks here. I've been using a light molding paste to really build up and make the rocks pop a little bit.